I had filled every moment with doing. And there was no room for vision, no room for joy, no room for me. And honestly, I really wasn't enjoying it. I was performing as I used to perform in the corporate world, not impacting. I was producing, I was not leading. And I can tell you that was my wake up call. And that's the moment when I saw it, not with my mind, but with something deeper, that I didn't need more hours. Not at all. I just needed space. I didn't need to prove I was good enough. I needed to feel it. Hello and welcome to Brilliance Unleashed, a safe space to talk about burnout, sustainable success, and conscious leadership. And today I'm gonna, open something really raw for you. And I'm gonna share my story about how I almost quit my business in 2023. So sit comfortably, or if you're walking, just prepare for some ride and wisdom. So imagine it's July 2023, and my laptop is open. My calendar is packed. Inbox full of interesting emails. But inside, I feel nothing. I stared at screen and whispered those words that I wasn't supposed to say, right? As a coach, as a leader, as a business owner. I don't want it anymore. Whew. Now when I'm talking about it, I'm getting emotional. I said I don't want it anymore. And it was not about the pressure, the pace, not the version of success I had built. It was from the outside. It looked, from the outside, it looked like I was winning. But from the inside, I felt like I was groaning. And I knew that feeling. So if you looked from the outside, clients, yes, I just signed another client that day. Results, yes, they were there. But freedom, the freedom that I was seeking, joy, me in that, nowhere to find. And that was the day that I realized that I didn't escape burnout. I reinvented it. I gave it a shiny new name, Enterpreneurship. And I was done. I was really done. Done with the tension, with the chasing, done with building something that looked good. But I felt it wasn't mine. I didn't feel aligned with what I was building. Oh, I remember it was somewhere in July. It was very hot in the Netherlands back then. And it was that particular moment when I signed with my client. And I felt completely defeated. And I started crying. And my husband came home and he just looked at me, didn't know what's going on. And I just couldn't even share what was going on. I was sobbing. I was in that absolutely horrible, horrible state. And I knew that moment. I knew that feeling, and I was absolutely afraid of. So what he did, it was just like, okay, let's go for a swim in the canal. And he just dragged me outside. And while I was swimming, the longer I stayed in the water, the more flow I felt. That there was like kind of calmness and easiness showing up. And I felt that I was surroundings. And That day, I did the most radical thing that high achievers can do. And then I did something that I said many times to my client that I knew that I had to do back then when I was in the corporate world. I stopped. I let the plates crush. I let the silence in. I asked for help. And I hired a coach, a new one. And again, I started to stop being an expert, and I became the student of my own business again, of my own truth, because I knew this is the only way to go. This is the only way. If I stop pretending, if I stop being that kind of coach that I supposed to be, and I'm gonna become myself. And that's the moment when I saw it, not with my mind, but with something deeper, that I didn't need more hours. Not at all. I just needed space. I didn't need to prove I was good enough. I needed to feel it. I didn't need to have another strategy. I needed to trust the right one would land when I had the space to receive it. And I had filled every moment with doing. And there was no room for vision, no room for joy, no room for me. And honestly, I really wasn't enjoying it. I was performing as I used to perform in the corporate world, not impacting. I was producing, I was not leading. And I can tell you that was my wake up call. And I allow it to sit in because I knew from the past that this is serious. This is serious for me. And when it shows like this, it's like, okay, I need to lean in. I need to surrender. And I'm so glad that I did. That was the only way to do that. And that was my wake up call. And I'm glad I did it, because if I look now, less is more is my religion, is my motto. Less is more. So I work less. I hustle less. I earn more. I lead with breath, not burnout. I still fail, don't get me wrong. I still fall, obviously, but I rise from the trust. I bounce forward from that trust, not from the survival mode. Right? So it is about, it is following the strategy, but with soul, but with alignment. I have a plan, but I'm no longer addicted to the outcome. So I'm not doing my to-do list. I'm not just performing. I'm really coming from the impact. And I'm truly building the business that serves me, not the other way around. Because even though I was kind of saying I was wishing to do this, I was hoping it's going to happen, till that moment in 2023, it really didn't. And that was like the moment that things have shifted. And I experienced again what I was saying to my clients. So when those moments come, we normally, the strategy for high achievers, for my clients, is to push it through, to just step more, to just be more, not do more, instead of being more and doing less, or completely stop, because it's just so unnatural. It's against everything what they know, what I knew. If you are on that edge, as I was, so if you are quietly breaking behind your I've got this smile, if your calendar is full, but your soul is empty, you know that something is off. I see you. I was you. And what you need isn't a marketing plan. It is not the career plan. What you need is a mirror. Not to fix anything, but to remember who the hell you are, because you're brilliant, you're amazing. In somewhere deep down, you know, but you don't trust it. And I want to invite you to talk, to have that conversation with me, not about fixing, but about finally creating something that feels like your freedom. Because the moment you stop outrunning yourself, that's really when everything changes. And then when you are changing. So don't wait for hitting the wall, for the signal that just gonna be there that you cannot miss. If you're already feeling that something is off, if you're already feeling and deep down in those moments of silence, this kind of just creeping in, go, lean to that. Lean in, be the best listener of yourself. Stop to ask yourself a question and listen for the answers. And if you don't know where to start, let's talk. Let's have the conversation about how to live with an alignment. And don't wait. Don't push it. Don't put it on the back burner. Don't say it's like, okay, well, tomorrow, in next week, in next quarter, because we both know it's not going to happen. Something else going to show up. Someone else going to be more important, not you. And you cannot afford to continue like this anymore. So let's have that conversation and listen to yourself. You are wise. You are brilliant. You have the answers within you.